Welcome to BAETTA International English, IELTS, GRE, GED and ELT programs. This is ELT, Chairman IELTS and Head of Linguistics, BAETTA Bangladesh. As a part of MA in English, ELT, TEFL and TEFL programs, today I am gonna speak about language skills testing, evaluating and assessment course, module 19D. Steps of test construction, step 4, evaluating the test to constructions of a standardized test in details. This is an enormous and pressing topic in language skills testing, evaluation and assessment course. So, this video is very important to you. Let's begin. Introduction. In my previous video 19C on language skills testing, evaluation and assessment course, I have discussed step 3, trying out the test to test construction. Now, let's talk about step 4, evaluating the test in construction of a standardized test. Step 4, evaluating the test. Evaluating the test is most important step in the test construction process. Evaluating is necessary to determine both the quality of the test as well as the quality of the responses. Quality of the test implies that how good and dependable the test is. Validity and reliability mostly implies in this regard. Quality of the responses means which items are misfit in the test. It also enables us to evaluate the usability of the test in general classroom situation. Evaluating the test involves the following functions. Number 1, item analysis. Number 2, determining validity of the test. Number 3, determining reliability of the test. And number 4, determining usability of the test. Now, let's talk about it in details. A. Item analysis. Item analysis is a procedure which helps us to find out the answers to the following questions. A. Whether the items functions as intended. B. Whether the test items have appropriate difficulty level. C. Whether the item is free from irrelevant clauses and other defects. D. Whether the destructors in multiple choice type items are effective. The item analysis data also helps us as follows. A. To provide a basis for efficient class discussion of the test result. B. To provide a basis for the remedial works. C. To increase skill in test construction. D. To improve classroom discussion. Item analysis procedure. Item analysis procedure gives special emphasis on item difficulty level and item discriminating power. The item analysis procedure follows the following steps. Number 1, the test paper should be ranked from highest to lowest. Number 2, select 27% papers from highest and 27% from lowest end. For example, if the test is administered on 60 students, then select 16 test papers from highest and other 16 test papers from the lowest end. Number 3. Keep aside the other test papers as they are not required in the item analysis. Number 4. Tabulate the number of the pupils in the upper and the lower group who selected each alternative for each test item. This can be done on the back of the test paper, or a separate test item card may be used. Number 5. Calculate item difficulty for each item by using formula. Item difficulty is equal to R divided by T into 100, where R is equal to total number of students got the item correct. T is equal to total number of students tried the item. In our example, out of 32 students from both the groups, 20 students have answered the item correctly and 30 students have tried all the items. The item difficulty is as following. Item difficulty is equal to R divided by T into 100 is equal to 20 divided by 30 into 100 is equal to 66.67. It implies that the item has a proper difficulty level because it's customary to follow 25% to 75% rule to consider the item difficulty. It means if an item has an item difficulty more than 75%, then is a too easy item. But if it's less than 25%, then item is a too difficult item. Number 6. Calculate item discriminating power by using the following formulae. Item discrimination power is equal to RU minus RL divided by T by 2, where RU is equal to students from upper group who got the answer correct. RL is equal to students from the lower group who got the answer correct. T by 2 is equal to half of the total number of pupils included in the item analysis. In our example, 15 students from upper group responded the item correctly and 5 from lower group responded the item correctly. Discriminating power is equal to RU minus RL divided by T by 2 is equal to 15 minus 5 divided by 16 is equal to 10 by 16 is equal to 0.63. A high positive ratio indicates the high discriminating power. Here, 0.63 indicates an average discriminating power. If all the 60 students from lower group and 60 students from upper group answered the items correctly, then the discriminating power would be 0.00. It indicates that the item has no discriminating power. If all the 60 students from upper group answered the correct all the questions correctly and all the students from lower group answered the item incorrectly, then the item discriminating power would be 1.00. It indicates an item with maximum positive discriminating power. Number 7. Find out the effectiveness of the distractors. A distractor is considered to be a good distractor when it attracts more people from the lower group than the upper group. The distractors which are not selected at all or very rarely selected should be revised. In our example, distractor attracts more people from upper group than the lower group. It indicates that distractors is not an effective distractor. It's a distractor which is not responded by anyone. Therefore, it also needs revision. Distractor A and B proved to be effective as it attracts more pupils from lower group. Preparing a test item file. Once item analysis process is over, we can get a list of effective items. Now, the task is to make a file of the effective items. It can be done with item analysis card. The items should be arranged according to the order of difficulty. While filing the items, the objectives and the contents area that it measures must be kept in mind. This helps in the future use of the item. Test evaluating function 2. Determining validity of the test. At the time of evaluation, it is estimated that to what extent the test measures what the test maker intends to measure. Test evaluating function 3. Determining reliability of the test. Evaluation process also estimates to what extent a test is consistent from one measurement to other. Otherwise, the result of the test cannot be dependable. Test evaluating function 4. Determining the usability of the test. Tryout and the evaluation process indicates to what extent a test is usable in general classroom condition. It implies that how far a test is usable from administration, scoring, time, and economy point of view. Viewers, that's all about a standardized test construction step 4, evaluating the test. Thank you.